in terms of getting this economy kick-started, you recently proposed an idea to have an office of, let me get it, innovation and intellectual property.
Right.
To be, I guess, I don't know if it would be freestanding or part of another agency, but what, if you could explain what that outfit
Sure.
would do, and
intellectual property is the fancy way of saying patents.
patents, right? And,
and
you did mention the first patent held in the U.S. was a Vermonter.
Was a Vermonter. It was potash, you know, so how to make candles and soaps and all those sorts of things. Well, when we want to change something or when we want to grow something, it's sort of common sense that takes you to what do you do well? So how do you do more of that? You know, growing oranges is probably not what we want to do in Vermont. So, and everybody, we all talk about jobs, 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 and green jobs, and yeah, but what does that mean? And was fortunate to be introduced to this wonderful gentleman who deals with innovation and intellectual property. And as the economy of not just Vermont, but the country is changing, he said, look, here in Vermont, what we do is innovate. You can go to any dairy farm and look at the remarkably inventive things they come up with to function on a dairy farm. And but we have failed to recognize the innovators and figure out how do you capitalize on that. And for me, the aha light was his example of Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, and who started as a little cafe, and then they got bigger, and then they got into this single cup that everybody goes, yeah, Green Mountain. Well, in that single cup container, there are numerous patents, and they got the patents on that single cup container. And when a large national company tried to copy it, they took them to court, and of course they won the suit. And they got a nice cash settlement, which is nice. But more importantly, what they got now, and if you walk into any store and you go into Costco, you see shelves of all these, you know, they get paid for every single one of those cups that is used in this country. So now what they have is a permanent source of revenue besides their coffee that comes into them.
Right.
And it's the idea of taking those innovations and getting the patents. And what happens as a small company, if you then have that intellectual property, then I as an investor am suddenly much more interested in investing money in you, because instead of just having, gee whiz, this great idea, you actually own something that is very, very valuable. And I've had conversations with folks that have been in small business for a while and talked to them about it, and some have gone, oh yeah, I know where I blew it. If I had done da-da-da, and if I'd gotten a patent on this, I would have so much more money coming in. And besides providing the good capital for that small business and making them attractive to investors, it also generates a lot of spin-off businesses. So I believe that what we need is an Office of Innovation and Intellectual Property. And we need to go to our regional economic development folks, and we need to do courses with them, and we need to teach them about that. And we need to show them that there are folks that will help small businesses get a patent, so you don't have to be overwhelmed and do that yourself.
Okay.
I think that really is the future. It's green energy is certainly important, renewable energy, green jobs. Everybody says, yes, what is it? But building a turbine is important. But you can believe it won't be long before Mexico or China or somebody is going to be building those much more cheaply than we can do that. But if you have the technology to make that turbine efficient, and that's what you patent, then that's what you're going to be paid on and where your money is.
Right. So if someone has an idea to say, figure out how to put a propeller in the brook to have really micro hydro and hook it up to a generator, and they would go to that office, and they would get
connected up to show them how to, and get them and give them the access they need to be able to get their patents, and then help them connect up with capital to grow their businesses.
Okay. I'm getting the word we don't have terribly much time, so I'm going to do a clunky little segue here.
Okay.
From patents and innovation to, I don't know, phasers and communicators.
Those are pretty innovative.
Yeah. Not a terrible segue, I guess. But the character question remains on the table. And that question is, of course, where do you stand on the issue of Star Trek or Star Wars? And you can talk
that's hard. That's hard.
You can talk about the question before you answer it. But so it's not an easy question.
Oh,
for
no, no, this isn't an easy. I can take the pledge easily, but I think I got to go with Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations,
Star Wars.
you're the first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess I'll ask why. This is great.
Because of all the wonderful, innovative things that there are in Star Wars. The gadgets and the different creatures, the way that, you know, that you blend people with, you know, are just wow.
Right.
You know,
right.
it really is. It's just wow.
I've talked to some people that are pro Star Wars, and they do mention just, I guess, how much more, I guess, cinematic it is. Like even the Star Trek movies feel like just really long TV episodes. And, you know, that's a fair,
so
that's a fair criticism. But yeah, if you want the count, it's Doug Racine's Star Trek, Matt Dunn threw in Battlestar Galactica, just total out of the... and Deb Markowitz said Star Trek, but she also said the right question is Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. Like that, I'm actually not even asking the right question. So.
Yeah, but they're different. That's a different genre.
Doesn't go go as deep as the Star Wars Star Trek one.
No.
Do you have a favorite Star Wars character?
Oh, that'd be hard. I don't think I could pull that one. You know.
Mine was Han Solo, and I don't know what that says about me, but. Well, I think we're in good shape for heading into the campaign season, right? The legislative session is over. We're kind of at the, are we at the end of the beginning, or we're in the beginning, the middle of the campaign?
I think maybe it's the beginning of the middle.
It's the beginning of the middle.
I think it's the beginning of the middle. That's a good place to be.
How's this? Does the summer look terribly, terribly busy?
I was at my Rotary Club this morning, and I took my calendar so we needed to set a date for something. And everybody looked at it and they said, "Ooh," and I said, "No, that's what. I'm glad it looks like that."
Right. Yeah. You know. So everyone needs to circle the calendar. August 24th is a very important day.
That is the primary.
And thanks for getting on. And
my pleasure.
It's been a lot of fun. And good luck with the campaign.
Thank you.
And good night, everyone.
If we do not act quickly, all will be lost forever. I ask you to help us. No, I beg you to help us.
The Jedi are similar in almost every way, including their quest for greater power.
The Sith rely on their passion for their strength. They think inwards, only about themselves.
And the Jedi don't.
Due respect, Master, is he not the chosen one? Is he not to destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force?
So the prophecy says.
A prophecy that misread could have been.
He will not let me down. He never has.
I hope right you are.